Good morning, YouTube. Uber Lady Charlotte here, and I just got here to the airport. I got to go to work at 2:30. Well, I got to be there at 2:30, so I thought I'd come out and try to make a little bit of money. Anyway, I have found out some very interesting things over the last 2 days. First off, I found out that for you Uber drivers that are trying to cheat people by taking them the long way, acting like some of the typical cab drivers, that's not going to get you anywhere, and karma's going to come bite you in the butt. I learned, for example, that yesterday a guy told me that a lady picked him up, an Uber driver picked him up, and he only worked 12 minutes away from his house, because I took him to work yesterday, like I said. He only worked 12 minutes away from his house. So he said that it took him 20 minutes to get to work. I said, how does it take you 20 minutes to get to work? This is a 12-minute drive. He said the lady picked him up in Concord, North Carolina. So lady, if you're looking, I'm talking to you, because you're making the rest of us look bad. She picked him up off of Highway 73 and had to take him to Oak Avenue over by the Food Lion. So he said he was in the car and he was telling her, to go a different way because she was going off route from the GPS. Now, sometimes you do have to go off route from the GPS because that Google Maps sometimes will screw you over. But he was telling her to go the way that Google Maps was taking him. And she wouldn't. She kept telling him, well, I'm from this area, born and raised here all my life, and I know this area better than you do. You just now here from out of town, which he was only 2 months new in the area, but he was still going by GPS. Took him 20 minutes to get to work. So it's obvious she cheated him. And I told him that she was cheating you. He said, well, I said, but you can send Uber an email and you can contest the charge. And he was like, well, yeah, before I got to send them the email, they actually sent me an email. So that's what he told me, that Uber actually sent him an email first, asking him what happened during his ride and why this ride takes so long. I said, really? They sent you an email? He said, they sent me an email first. He said, well, I take Uber every day. He said, and I thought it was amazing that they cared enough to send me an email asking me what happened. So he said that's when he told them how she wouldn't listen to him. She was very rude. She wasn't very professional, and she cheated him. So they adjusted his fare. So I'm like, wow. So for you that are out there cheating people, trying to take the long way, you don't know if these people ride regular. You have no idea. So Uber will catch you. Now, I also just learned from a lady I just dropped off a little while ago that when Uber X is surging, I may be saying this wrong with the X's and the XLs and the SUVs and black car, but when Uber X is surging, the one right after Uber X, I'm thinking it's Uber XL, it's also surging. But she told me that when Uber X and Uber XL are surging, black car isn't surging. She said black car doesn't surge. I don't know how true that is, but she said when she looked at the prices, she compared the price of Uber X, Uber XL, and Uber black car, and she said for the price that Uber XL was charging on the surge, she could just take Uber black car and go home. And I'm like, wow, I did not know that. So if any of you have any further or clear details on that for me, please get back with me and let me know. So I'm gonna have to look into that. And also, I did the Rascal Flatts concert last night. I got there at 11. No, I got there at 10:45. I was down the street. 10:45, and I stayed till 11:30. It did not surge beyond a 1.5, so it was still in the light. It was still in the light pink or the light orange color. It never surged. It never turned red like the concert previous to this. So I'm like, now what's going on? That reminded me of a video that I said I was going to watch, and this young lady said that she was saying something about Uber is going to stop surging or charging surge rates. So I need to go back and check that out. I just can't remember who she was at the moment. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. But I thought Rascal Flatts would be hot. I like Rascal Flatts. And Broken Road, that's a nice song. It makes me cry. But anyway, okay, so I'm back. So I'm gonna check that out as far as the surges are concerned. And remember, don't try to cheat people, because Uber will contact them and they're just gonna adjust your fare. So do it right the first time. And let's see, what else did I learn? I think that was about it. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna work on a video for Lady Charlotte After Dark. All right, bye.